ओम शांति। सो हम जिनको भी हिंदी में सुनना है वो जूम पर इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑप्शन में हिंदी सेलेक्ट कर सकते हैं। ओके, सो वेरी गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू एंड today's topic for experiential meditation is building self trust. So first question maybe we can ask ourselves, do I need to build self trust, or already I have trust for the self? And if it is, then how much? In what percentage I have that trust in me? And trust is especially it is being tested in adverse situations and circumstances, right? That how much I have trust in myself. So in order to build self-trust, I think the foremost quality which is required is to know the truth about yourself. And what is the truth about myself? Having positive feelings, knowing really what I am is actually the truth, right? And that I need to explore. And that I have to keep on seeing what I do, how I do things. And through that, maybe I will understand who really I am, right? And so, actually, the truth is that each and every being, including myself, is a very pure being, an image of peace, love, happiness. That's what is the truth about myself. But how much I'm living that truth, how much I'm experiencing that truth. And that's where it is said in like psychology that your habits, your patterns, the way you think starts getting created from the moment you are born. And by 5 years of age or 7 years of age, you develop all these personalities by watching others, by seeing things, how you have been treated and all of that. So what as soon as we come into this world, what happens slowly and gradually, the good experiences, the bad experiences creates layers around this beautiful self, right? When you see a very young child, right, looking at the child, what happens? We become happy, we smile, right? Because the innocence of the child attracts us. But then what happens? Experiences of life creates actually layers around our awareness. And there are many, many layers, not only of the experiences of life, good or bad, but how I get conditioned based on could be my profession, right? Certain things I keep on doing it and it becomes my habit. And then my way of thinking changes, right? So it could be profession, it could be upbringing, it could be many factors are there. The kind of environment which I was brought up, the school I went, the environment which was there in the school, the friends I have, all of this creates many layers around this beautiful, peaceful, loving self. And it happens in such a subtle way that what happens that from this point we go out because of these all these layers and experiences of life takes me away from my real self. And we have this wrong understanding about myself that yeah, this is what is right, right, this is how it should be done, or this is how people are, and so I have to behave like that. But then if I keep on behaving based on people's personality, people who are selfish, what will happen after some time? I will also become selfish. And that will become a norm for me. Earlier, I won't be. So these kind of layers get created around us. And that takes us away from my real self. Why? Because there is wrong identification about myself, wrong connection and relation with myself is wrong. Then what will happen? Then I will have difficulty having self trust. Why? Because I moved very far away from my original self. And that is why the practice which I need to do is if I want to build self trust, then I have to go back to my original self, my peaceful, loving self, my innocent self. The more I am able to touch that my real self, the more I'm going to awaken my real self. And based on that, I will be having trust in myself. Right? Otherwise, what happens? Opposite to self trust is what? Hmm. It's doubt. And when doubt comes, when I don't believe in myself, whether I can do it or not, whether I have capabilities or not. So if I lack capabilities, if I lack specialities, then I will have doubts. Right? And when I have doubts, then what will happen? Whatever I do it half-heartedly. Then what will be the result? Result would be also similar, right? So if you want to really build self-trust, I would say that understand or see life as a game. And in a game, what happens? There are two teams, right? And both the teams are trying to win, right? In the same way, you see each and every scenario in your life, right? You want to do good, so you are always hopeful. You want to do better. And so that is your good self. And then there is also a negative side of myself, which will tell, oh, you cannot do it. This is not a cup of your tea. So we have two cops, right? Good cop and a bad cop. What I have to do if I want to build self trust, then always make sure that I am following good cop. I am doing what good cop is saying, what my inner being, my better being is saying. Right? Because when I have, so it is nothing but it is a game of negative thoughts over versus positive thoughts. And so the more I hold on to positive thoughts, I am going to build trust. The more I see the negative thing, I follow negative thoughts, you will find that you will lack self trust and you will create more doubt in yourself. Right? So always see the good side of it and make men work it out. Right? Because in that, what you are going to do is you are going to learn. And life is to learn. Okay. When you think that, oh, I have learned everything, I know life, what it is, that's where there will be a downfall. Right? So, whatever is my age, it really doesn't matter. But life is to learn. And then life will teach you amazing things, which will build your self trust. And if I have self trust, then I will be able to win each and every situation. I can make things in my favor then. Okay. The other quality which I require, one is truth, but then other quality which is required is respect. Respect for the self. Do I respect myself? Ask question to yourself. Do I respect myself? Right? Because when I don't respect myself, then I become hopeless. I become disheartened. And if I'm disheartened, then I will not be able to do things which I want to do in my life. So respect for yourself. Again, knowing my true identity, I will have respect for myself. Right? Even though I know that I have weaknesses, I have shortcomings, but if I know that originally this is what I am, originally I am pure, originally I am innocent, originally I am peaceful, originally I am a loveful being, and when I stay in that, then I will be able to respect myself. But most of the time, what we do? We don't respect ourselves. We always value others more than us, isn't it? We think, oh, that one has a better life than me. This one is good in this, right? I am not that good in this. So what I'm doing is I'm not respecting myself, right? If I'm not good, am I ready to learn? Then I'm not disrespecting myself. But just comparing with others and seeing that I have less value, and based on that, if I see myself, then basically I'm harming myself, I'm hurting myself, right? So respect yourself with whatever you are. And respect comes from the third speciality is finding a uniqueness, right? We understand that there are 8 billion human beings out in the world. If I ask you, or if I tell you, find one person like you in these 8 billion people, right? Would you be able to find one person like you in these 8 billion people? You cannot find it. Forget about completely wholesome, right? One thing about you, the way you think, the way you talk, the way you do things. Can you find one person like that? The way you do things? No. What does that mean? It means that we are unique individuals. Right? A task could be 10,000 people can do that task. But the way my approach would be, it would be very different than other 9,999. Right? Why? Because I'm unique. So I will think differently. My approach would be different. My intention would be different. Right? My my hope or my enthusiasm will be different. All these will have a different percentage with others, even though all of them will carry out the same task. Right? So what it means that I am a unique individual. And so if I am unique, then and I should also know what I am unique in, right? So see yourself, right? Reflect on yourself and see what you are good at, right? Some people you will find that they are naturally happy. It really doesn't matter what happens in their life, but they stay happy. So happiness is their natural quality, uniqueness, right? Someone you will find that someone who is always quiet and calm, no matter what happens, but he will be always quiet and calm. He will not get disturbed. He will not become impatient, right? Someone you will find that they are very, very cooperative. They will not think about them, but they will always think about others, right? So identify one quality which you are, right? And that in that context, you can see that, yeah, I am this unique individual. And when you see yourself with that unique quality, then what will happen? Automatically, you will have respect towards yourself, right? And you will find, and how to identify this unique quality is find situations, circumstances in your life which were challenging and see how you overcome those challenges in your life. And you will be able to identify your uniqueness, right? You kept courage. Maybe you did not let go your enthusiasm. There is something about you which allowed you every time to overcome because of that quality, right? Are you able to identify your quality, right? So identify. We will have meditation time also at that time also. If you are not really clear about what really I am good at, so we'll go into meditation and also you can reflect upon. So identify your uniqueness. And the more you identify your uniqueness, and not only identifying it, but the more you use that quality into your day to day life, that will increase self trust, right? Because the more you use your qualities in your day to day life, the more you will start believing in yourself, right? Because you are believing in these qualities and using these qualities, it will increase belief in yourself, right? And the more you believe in yourself, the trust will develop, right? So trust will be developed by an experience, by using qualities more often. Not in your head that, oh, I have this quality, like, oh, I am very loving, but I don't show my love in my actions. Will I be able to use that quality of love? No, because I will have doubt, right, in myself. And so, what I'm saying is use your qualities again and again and again and again. And you are using it. When difficult times come, you use your quality to overcome that. So, use that quality again and again and again. And then that will build a confidence in you. And that confidence will give you a trust that, yeah, I have this quality, no matter what happens, I will be able to overcome. Right? Like someone has a quality that maybe that person is not like outspoken, or that person will not like say it in face or doesn't have courage to say it, but someone has a quality that whatever happens they are able to deal with it, talking to themselves, being flexible with themselves, like forgiving others. Some way they are able to handle that. Then what happens? They will overcome that. They may not have one, maybe another few specialities, but they have one specialty. Through that, they can overcome. Right? So, so using qualities again and again in your life will help you to have trust in yourself. And once you have trust, then you will find that your life becomes very easy. And to build trust, the only precaution which you have to take is, as I was saying, that there is always a fight between a good cop and a bad cop within. And in that battle or in that game, what you have to make sure is that your good cop wins all the time. Don't let go your thoughts, good thoughts. Don't give up your good intentions no matter what. Right? So never allow any negative thought, any doubt in your mind. Then you will find that each and every situation, each and every circumstance in my life becomes a stepping stone to move forward. Because you can learn from any situation, any person. Okay? But I need to have an eye to see that what I'm learning in it. Like many times I give this example that if you wear red glasses, right, you will see the world red. If you wear blue glasses, you will see the world blue. So how I want to see the world? See the world with your positive intention. Right? Then you will see world positive. Right? And that becomes a means to build a trust in yourself. Right? So never give up. Never allow negative thoughts. Because what happens, only not that thoughts come, but then after thoughts come, then I think upon it. And that is why you will find many times we have someone, you tell them that, oh, can you do this? And they will say, no, I cannot do it. I have never done it. Right? But that is a time where I have to learn something. Nature or the world or the people is giving you an opportunity to learn, to have some new experience. But if you say, no, I have never done it, then when will I learn? When can I explore myself? Right? So, so see it as an opportunity and do your best. Right? And in this, what can happen? Right? So you are trying new things, you are hopeful. What will happen in this? You will fall, right? You will make mistakes, isn't it? Right? Now, when you do a mistake, don't curse yourself, then don't become disheartened. Why? Because many times you will find in life you learn from mistakes. Right? Have you not? When you make mistakes, from that you learn a lesson, right? Maybe you learn it in a hard way, but you then never forget throughout the whole life, right? So then what happens? Then you will move forward, right? So mistakes do happen and it is okay, right? If you have done any mistakes in your life, tell to yourself that it's okay. Everyone does mistake and I learn from mistakes. So don't punish yourself. Don't disrespect yourself because I have made mistakes in life. I have done something which is really, really wrong, absurd, right? But it's okay. I got into influence, or I made a wrong decision, and because of that, I made a failure. It's absolutely fine because you learned something from it, which is very, very profound. And if you would not have done a mistake, wherever you are at this time, you would not be. Okay, if you would not have done that mistake, you would not be on the other path. And if you would not be on the other path, wherever you are at this time, you would not be at that point. Right? So never repent also. Learn from mistakes and move on. Then constantly at each and every step of your life, you will be able to build trust. Right? So life is an opportunity. Grab that opportunity. Right? And never complain. It's very easy to complain. I cannot do it because so and so. So, what is required again for building trust is consistency. Right? That I have to be grounded. I keep on working with myself. Stay positive no matter what. So, this is the consistency, the perseverance which is required. Then there is no looking back. Right? So, there are many tools which I have shown. Use those tools to build the trust, right? And say goodbye to your doubts, right? Doubts are there. Oh, whether I should do this or not. If I do this, this will happen. If I do this, this will happen. Many times people think those who have anxiety, they will always have these doubts: what I should do, how I should do. If this I do, what will be the result? You will keep on thinking about it, and then if you keep on thinking about it, and more you think, and the more these doubts will come, what will be the end result? You will not do it, right? Right or wrong? And if you don't do it, how you will see the change? If you don't do it, just thinking in the mind, if I do this, that will happen. If I do this, maybe something wrong will happen. And if I do this second option, then this can happen. You are just thinking, you are not doing anything. How you will get an experience, whether this is right or wrong? So if you think that, yeah, at that given point in time, make a right choice based on the understanding, and then give a try. And then learn from that experience that, yeah, this was a wrong thing I did. So you will learn and you will become next time better. But if I live in these doubts, there won't be any result. I will never move forward. I will never learn. Right? So life is to experiment. Life is to explore. So if I have this kind of an intention of or perspective towards life, then it is very easy to build trust in yourself. Right? Okay. So let's do meditation, and after that, if you have any questions, you can ask. Sit comfortably. Keep your feet grounded. Arms again in relaxed position. Don't hold anything in your arms. Put it aside. And make sure your back is straight. In order to have self-trust, I need to have a beautiful relationship with the self. As a human being, I have many responsibilities, and especially of blood relations, close connections. But at this time, let me focus on myself, the self which is pure and innocent, the self which is always thinking good about the self and others. Tap into that real self, one which is kind, forgiving, and brings benevolence. When I tap into these real resources of life, I feel calm and composed. I am a loveful, peaceful, cooperative being. My intentions towards myself is very, very pure. I want to do good at work, in the family, in relationships, at each and every connection of my life. And with this pure and divine intention, I want to connect to other fellow human beings and world at large. My good wishes and pure feelings towards the self allows me to stay grounded. When I see myself in this positive way, I appreciate myself. I respect myself. Seeing goodness in me allows me to have respect towards the self. And then when there is regard and respect for the self, I feel at ease. Well-being of a person is when I truly connect to my real positive self. Let me identify my unique quality. The quality which I use every time to overcome challenges. So scan your life and look at the situations which came to me in which I was able to overcome. What is that quality or speciality through which I was able to overcome it? Reflect on yourself and identify one or two original qualities of the self. After identifying your quality, give affirmation to yourself. I am dash being. Say it with belief. Really, in true sense, I am. I now know that I have connected to my real self. This is a very deep realization. I found a treasure about myself. And let me see myself always with this speciality or quality. Acknowledging the quality within allows me to build trust. Om Shanti. Anyone has any question? Or you are all okay? Okay.
No question.
Okay, go ahead.
You are right. When we are children, I was with my father, and I was very calm, religious, peaceful, everything like what good quality I had. But then, after marriage or after I grew up, I came into the influence, and I started building up my different personality, which sometimes I cannot tolerate the wrong thing, or I started becoming very aggressive.
Right.
How can I change that?
So,
I want to go back to my originality.
right. So, in this, one thing which we need to do is to use this. It is tolerate is also a power. It is also a virtue. And the way that power to tolerate works, it is not that I am a victim and I have to go through it, or I have to suffer and I have to feel low about it. That is not power to tolerate, right? Tolerance is actually a power. Tolerance is a virtue. And what does that mean is, so what I have to tolerate is, like, say, for example, things which are not going well. What I have to tolerate is tolerate my emotional imbalance. That I have to tolerate. That somehow I have to learn that art of not getting emotionally frustrated, right? And how can I do that? It is not the person, it is always how I look at it. Someone can say something to me, and for this, it's a very simple example. Say, for example, someone with lot of love gives me a garbage bag, right? At night we throw the garbage in the garbage bin, right? But if someone comes to me with lot of love, gives me that, oh, I have brought it for you, and it smells, what you will do with it? Will you take it? No, right? What you will do? You says, okay, it's garbage. It's not going to be helpful for me at all. And so I don't need it. If I do that, then the bag is with whom? With the person who was trying to give, right? So this is what is power to tolerate, right? Understanding the difference. Someone can give me something negative, someone can taunt me, someone can say something bad to me. If I don't take it, it is not with me, right? Because I have to make a choice. I cannot say, oh, that one gave it to me, so I took it. So if you took it, then live with it, right? So we use this tolerance in a negative way. We think, oh, I have to suffer a lot. No, you don't have to. Someone has a freedom to say anything to me, but I have a freedom also. If I don't want to take it, if I don't want to hear it, if I throw it out, right? Many times we do that, right? If I listen to it, but I don't listen to it, I will not respond. So can I not do that? The things which really hurts me. Many times people say only give the complaint about what? Someone said something to me in front of 10 people. Right? Or I have been in this relationship for 20 years and this person told me this and I become disheartened. And if you ask that person that because of you told me this 10 days ago and I'm really feeling hurt and I'm down after that, that person will say, oh, really? I tell you? That person told and forgot about it. And what I did, I hold on to myself and repeated it how many times? 1,000, 2,000 times and feeling low. So whose fault it is? It is not that person's fault. It is my fault. That person said it only once. How many times I told it in my mind? So who has created that hurt? I created hurt. Right? So once I distinguish this, then there is nothing to tolerate. Because maybe that person said it something because of their bad mood, or someone is saying it repetitively, someone is saying it because that person is like that, right? So how I see it, if I see it in a light, in a positive light, then I will not take it. It is their nature, it is not my nature, so I am not going to buy it. Simple. Then you will not take it in. Right? So it is how I use this power to tolerate, and that also is very important in building self-trust, because I need to know what I am. So if I know, relate to my innocent, pure, calm self, so be that. Right? So there is always a choice what I want to do. If someone said something to me, if I want to accept that and be disturbed by it, or I don't want to buy it, then I will be okay. So I have to create that distinction and protect myself. Right? So it is up to me how I look at it. Someone gives me, don't take it. Who is telling you to take it? Don't take it. Then you will be fine. But once you take it in, then it is your problem. Right? So see it from this perspective. Then at least whatever the influence, because once you take it in, then what happens? Then there is an influence of it. The bad vibration, the bad intention which the person said it, it will be over. You will be overwhelmed with it. So you will get influenced by it. And then you will feel down. And then what will happen? Your original quality is suppressed then. Right? So don't do that. So once I know it, now I know it, that this is not right. So change it now. And that is why life, as I say, life is to learn. And what I have to learn? So many times I have to relearn. That whatever I did, maybe that is not the way of learning it. So I have to relearn something. right? So change the way I am seeing things, and you will see you will slowly and gradually come out of that influence. And once you come out of that influence, then you will be in control. And for that, practice meditation, reflection. That is why we have this series called Experiential Meditation. So that meditation allows me to really understand that whatever I had been doing so far was not working. So then realizing and emerging my real self, and then the way I think, the way I do things, the way I perceive things will be different. And once I change that, then slowly and gradually you will be able to build trust in yourself. Then you will believe in yourself. Otherwise, right now, your condition is, oh, I had that nature of calmness, but I have given up, right? But if it is my inner nature, I will be able to redevelop it also. Right? So start from there. Very
Thank
good
you.
question.
Thank
Anyone
you.
has any other question? Okay. Okay, thank you very much. And you can come back again next Tuesday. Again, beautiful topic, untouched by peer pressure. Right? We always come into pressure about things and situations and people. So come for that. Okay. Om Shanti and good night to everyone. Om Shanti.